as I continue to observe consciousness here in the United States, the more I get worried. I mean, people are degenerating rapidly, and it's not that hard to see if you can get out of your conditioned, preordained, transhumanistic, matrix embedded consciousness. And that's hard to do when you're eating the system's food. That's hard to do when you're drinking the system's water. That's hard to do when you're absorbing the system's programming, etc. There's so many people around me that are degenerating so rapidly, and what's sad to me is many of these people, when you try to help them, they don't want your help. They've been conditioned to think that you can only be helped by a doctor when it comes to health. And what's sad to me is many of these doctors, they don't even use the foundation of their health philosophies. They don't use nutrition as the foundation of their health philosophy. So you have millions of people eating food that causes sickness, and then you have millions of these people wondering why they got sick. And then they go to the doctor, and the doctor gives them medications to mask their symptoms instead of treating the cause of the symptom. Wouldn't it be smarter to treat the cause of the symptom? To say, okay, Mr. Jones, you've been drinking fluoridated, pipe residue laden, mind control agent laden water your whole life. Like I've said before, all the elements in tap water are accumulative poisons. They accumulate over time. And that's why many people are experiencing bad health once they reach their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, even their 30s nowadays. Children are getting cancer. I mean, this is an insane system. And it's just like, oh my God. It's to the point now where I just want to get some land and just go live off the land. I'm tired of the matrix. I'm tired of the synthetic world that we're living in. It is, what I've learned, at least in my own subjective experience, is that the healthier you get, the more you recognize the unhealthy people around you, as well as the unhealthy advertisements, the system, etc. And the more I get healthy, the more I want to unplug completely from it. I'm tired of the beast, and I'm tired of the beast system, the matrix. I'm tired of all the transhumanism worshiping and all the technological gadgets that people have just become plugged into, man. It's like people are like walking cyborg robots, biological androids, and I'm tired of it. So, just a brief little rant to get some stress off my chest. I'm sick of people that aren't willing to take your help. I'm sick of people who are programmed to regard you as having no health wisdom if you're not a doctor, if you don't have a little certificate. People are so conditioned and so programmed and so lost that they can't even see the rationale in drinking clean, spiritually restructured water. This country is going downhill rapidly. Look at the statistics. Do you want to be part of the statistic? Do you want to be part of the unhealthy group in all these statistics that are degenerating? Excuse me. Or do you want to be unique and walk the opposite direction of the herd and attempt to enlighten yourself and become radiantly healthy? And I hate to tell you, I don't see pills creating health. I see pills and all this pharmacopoeia, etc., creating more unhealth. Because like I said earlier, how are you going to treat someone as a doctor if you're only treating symptoms? How are you going to help someone unless you address the cause of why they're having symptoms? So, nowadays you can get obesity pills to try to make you lose weight. It's just insanity. Why don't you just stop eating what's causing you to become overweight? You got doctors prescribing all this crazy shit, all these harsh chemicals, etc. All these crazy things, man. It's insane. Every time I go to the hospital there's times where I just go to the hospital and walk around just to observe what's going on there. And go to the and just observe everything, and it's crazy. It smells like sickness. The walls are all olive colored, and there's no colorful. Uh, they're not utilizing color therapy, and there's no sacred geometry on the walls, etc. So doctors are purely treating the physical, and in my opinion, they're doing it the wrong way. And what's scariest to me is these Western doctors, they're not addressing the etheric bodies, the aura, the Merkaba, etc. So, I mean, good luck. Good luck curing something if you're only addressing a fraction of the whole. I mean, a holistic person addresses the totality of everything. He doesn't just take a little fraction of the pie and focus on that. He looks at the whole thing, the whole circle. And I don't see many Western doctors doing that. I believe doctors are I could be wrong, but I believe they're the shortest lived people in their profession, doctors. So, it is what it is. It's insane when you try to help people, loved ones, etc., and they don't want to take your help. But it is what it is. I'm not going to take it personally. I know it's their own issue, their own battle that they're working through, and it's just so sad to see the conditioning. Just looking into people's eyes nowadays, I can just tell it's just unhealthy, man. So it is what it is. Just a short little rant. Again, letting some steam off my chest. Drinking some clean distilled water with lemon juice in it, some ionic magnesium, and a couple drops of fulvic acid to try to get my mineral reserves back up. And man, it seems like the more superfoods I consume, the more minerals I put in my body, it seems like the more activated I become. And through that, I can see all the unhealth around me because I become healthier, and the healthier you get, the more you recognize the unhealth around you. And damn, man, the statistics will prove exactly what I'm talking about. I believe 1 in 2 to 1 in 3 people now will get cancer in their lifestyle or in their life. Is that the byproduct of a spiritually advanced, healthy society, or is that the byproduct of a matrix-controlled transhumanism, genetically modified paradigm that is currently controlling consciousness here on planet Earth? Let you decide that. But if you want to be part of this beastly system, then be prepared to go down with it, because it is not going up. This paradigm is not promoting evolution. It is not promoting the activation of the Merkaba and Christ consciousness, DNA activation, pineal gland activation, activation of the meridians and the subtle bodies, the doshas, and all the chakras of the human organism. No. This paradigm is here to make you a complacent little good worker who falls in love with being somewhere they don't want to be all day, your job, 8 to 10 hours a day, with a 30-minute break and etc. I mean, it's got you caught up in the convenience lifestyle. I don't have time for health, man. I gotta be somewhere, so I'm just gonna nuke my food in the microwave, eat all this GMO shit that's already prepackaged, has no minerals in it, has no real natural colors, everything bleached out of it, etc. This paradigm is here for that. So to wrap things up, I hope this message and I hope my channel can help inspire you to see the rationale in drinking clean, restructured, pollutant-free, mind control agent-free water. I hope that my channel and my messages can inspire you to find and instill some positivity into you. I hope that my channels and my message can help inspire you to see the rationale in not eating genetically modified garbage and all the other processed bullshit. No, I recommend getting on distilled water. In my opinion, drinking nothing but distilled water is like constantly running an antivirus program in your body. I recommend things like shilajit, cucumber juice, silica, and minerals. I recommend eating flowers, and I recommend becoming an alkaline being. If you look at all the unhealthy people here in the Matrix, The majority of them are acidic. They are not alkaline. They are mineral depleted. They are phytonutrient depleted. They don't get enough sunlight. And if they are getting sunlight, many of them are putting sunscreen on. Have you ever looked at the ingredients of sunscreen? Okay, if you wear sunscreen and you think it's safe, then I want you to tell me everything about all those ingredients. You should be able to pronounce them, etc. Because if you're going to say something's healthy, you better know what's in it. And if you don't know what's in it and you're saying it's healthy, well, that's just contradictory as fuck, isn't it? Sunscreen. Disgusting. But we gotta wear it, bro, blah, blah, blah. There are people that I know who are Caucasians that can be out in the sun all day and not get burnt, predicated upon the alkalinity of their body, predicated upon how they have clean skin, etc. I don't need to hear it. You ever think of how silly that is, to think that every time you go under the giver of life, you have to put some man-made lotion on to guard you from the UV fucking rays, which are 100% organic and responsible for igniting your brain chemicals, your hormones, etc., your energetic body, your Merkaba, your Kundalini, your chakras, etc. We're supposed to be eating the light, not being burnt by it. And if you're being burned by it, it's because you're unhealthy. Excuse me one moment. Fucking telephone going off. It's just amazing when you compare this paradigm to what Eden could be like. All these houses wrapped in electromagnetic pollution, we're being hit with radiation, cell phone radiation, stuff from all the ELF towers, extremely low frequency towers, etc. So my messages are not to be negative. I'm being positive by acknowledging the truth and trying to instill some intellectualism into people and get them to see the positivity of a real diet, real food, minerals. You're negative, bro. You're always talking about chemtrails, etc. The only way that we can fix these things is if we acknowledge them. We're not going to fix them if we pretend like they're not there and that everything's okay. Come on, people. When people think like that, it shows me that, in my opinion, you're incredibly unhealthy. Why would a healthy person want to ignore something that's killing us, that's slowly destroying the trees and the atmosphere, etc.? Why would you ignore that? Many people have been conditioned to pretend like everything's okay when it's not, and that's not going to do anything for you, because when it gets to the point where it's too late, what is your wishful thinking going to do for you? Peace be with you.